Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 74th episode of the Game Packs Podcast. My name is Phil, and co-hosting with me today, as always, are Camilo and John. Today, we're going to be talking about a rumor that came out about the PS3, the PSP, and the PS Vita digital stores being permanently closed this summer. Niantic and Nintendo announced a Pikmin mobile game, so maybe Pokemon's got some competition, huh? And Microsoft is allegedly in talks to buy Discord. Yowza. All right, let's start off by talking about the PlayStation digital storefronts being shut down. So according to a source verified by thegamer.com, the PS3, PSP, and PS Vita's digital stores are to be closed this summer. PSP and PS3 are going to be closed maybe on July 2nd, and the Vita is allegedly closing on August 27th. After that date, you can no longer purchase digital copies of games or DLC for those consoles. The announcement is planned for the end of this month, and this month is March. And this month is also ending. This podcast is going to air on the 29th of March.
Yeah.
So maybe between now and then, we're going to get an announcement from Sony. Maybe. And then another thing that ties into this story, and then we'll just all kind of sort of talk about it, is that Sony also filed a patent recently rewarding trophies via emulation. This is very similar to a patent that was filed 10 years ago by Sony that could have been used to add trophies, to PS2 games running on PS4, which Camilo informed me is something that actually happened. Yes?
Yeah, that happened.
That happened. Because I was like, that didn't happen. And he was like, yes, it did. All right. So with all that out of the way, let's have a discussion about this, you guys. So how do you feel about these being potentially shut down? And I'm not sure whose turn it is in, so I'm going to throw it to Camilo.
It's not great because a lot of content on that store isn't forwards compatible with like the current generation of systems. So if that goes down, we're going to say bye-bye to a lot of games.
Bye-bye.
And with that, I've like bought a few like PS3 games in the past few months, and like I've been like comparing like prices on the PS3 store versus like trying to buy it off eBay and stuff, and almost every time it was cheaper on like the PlayStation store.
Right.
So if they get rid of this option, like the physical copies are like, they were already like kind of expensive, but like they're gonna get like even more expensive.
They're gonna go up. Us physical collectors can really relate to that pain. How do you relate to that pain, John?
No, but I mean, it's not good news anyway, no. Especially for a digital enthusiast such as myself.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
Who's touting digital is better, But
it's true.
I own a Vita. I don't have a PS3, but I own a Vita, and the majority of my games on the Vita are digital. So I don't know. I'm assuming you can't re-download if the stores go down.
We don't know that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know that for sure. But if the actual storefront itself is shut off, then yeah, you can't. How would you re-download?
I don't know. But for Cyberpunk, right? They took it off the PlayStation store.
I thought they just deleted that game. Does that game still exist?
I think if you bought it, like you could re-download it.
Yeah,
you just can't buy it new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I deleted it for a video or something, and then I thought I screwed up. I thought I wasn't going to be able to re-download it, but I was able to. So
I guess this is comparing removing a game from a store that still exists from the store is not going to exist anymore.
That's true. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the PS3 Vita things were like cross-buy.
Yeah, that was a cool feature.
Yeah, so they cross-buy, and then they have like the minis, which like you could run on like a PS3 or a PSP. Those were like the smaller like digital-only games.
I played a lot of indie games on the Vita. Like that was an indie machine.
Yep.
A lot of the indies have subsequently been moved to other newer generations.
Yeah, that was like I would say the like console / portable home to indies was the Vita. Like that, it was like the place to like bring your indies on the go. And there's a new device out there. I think it's
Mobile?
made by
Cell phone?
It's Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch. That is now the home for indies. It has surpassed the Vita big time. I'm bummed out by this news because I do own a Vita. But the thing that frustrates me about the Vita is that it doesn't really matter where you buy your Vita games. They're expensive. Vita games physically are collectible now. People are buying them up. You should have started buying Vita games like 2 years ago if you wanted to get them cheaply. But the digital store, the Vita games are expensive, and the physical, they're expensive. So if you want to build up your collection, either way, whether you're a physical or a digital collector, you're going to have to open up your pocketbook because it's not going to be cheap.
If you need to get more storage.
Oh, yeah. You have to buy those proprietary memory cards, too.
Yeah, and I think it was like $100 for 32 gigs or something.
Yeah, I think I only have 16 gigs in mine.
I don't remember what's in mine. I don't know.
Super expensive.
But yeah, hopefully, like, all of the games on Vita start to find new homes. I think that's maybe like a way that this can... I mean, I think that has a better chance than like the PS3 stuff. I think PS3 stuff will just start to get remade. Like, that's just like the way that PlayStation go. Like, they just remake their games. They never really like did backwards compatibility past the PS3.
It's not like everything's gonna get remade. Like, there's just like a lot of like smaller games maybe made by indie studios that like aren't making games anymore. That like
that's true. Those will get lost to time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll have a wider selection of PS3 games on the store, or like bring a selection to the store.
That's true. That's what I was thinking. That was kind of my next question, where it's like, what do you think would be an alternative to keep these digital stores going? And my idea is to just roll them all into one store. Because, like, what does it matter is it if, like, you search for, like, PSV, like, you could search, check a box, say, I'm looking for Vita, and then search for your Vita games, and then you could just download them all on one storefront. I don't understand why it's all separated.
Because
like,
Sony hates legacy content. They want you to forget about their old games.
Why, though?
It was like, when you go on the Xbox store, right, you can find original Xbox games on there that you could buy.
And play on a Series X.
Yeah, and play on the Series X. So, I don't know... that's
because,
the one thing you should do.
The way they built PS3, it's like really hard to run PS3 games on anything other than a PS3. So that's why like they haven't like brought forward like that compatibility. That's fine. Like
I don't care. Like, they don't need to like make PS3 games run on a PS5. I don't care about that. What I care about is just push a patch to all the stores, make them the same store, and then just host all the content there. Like how much could it possibly cost to just have something hosted to be downloaded?
Probably not a lot.
It's got to cover the cost. It's got to cover the cost.
I just think they don't care. That's why.
I guess. That's such a lame reason. And it's probably true.
I mean, how many people are buying... I mean, they're probably, they're seeing how many people are buying games on PlayStation 3 right now. Like, it doesn't make sense to have that marketplace open. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it takes up server space or something. I don't know. I don't know how any of that works.
I mean, that's what I thought.
It definitely is. It's not free.
Cost them more to like keep it open.
It's definitely not free
than what they're actually making off of it.
Right.
But if you would put it on
cost more.
The new platforms, like, you're bringing in the whole new audience and even the old audience of like, hey, I want to try these games out.
Yeah, I mean, could you make? Go ahead, Kim.
Sorry. I could just see them if they were doing that. Then, like, let's say like you're on your PS5 and you could like see. Like, you wouldn't be able to play it, but, like, you could see, like, the PS3 games. It'll say, like, playable on this platform. But, like, it's, like, such an old, like, platform. Like, you can't really, like expect the consumer to like have access to that. Like I don't. Maybe it's like they don't want to confuse the consumer or something.
And maybe they don't want to support secondhand market because are they still making and selling PlayStation 3s?
No.
So if they have a PlayStation 3 on the store or PlayStation 3 game on the store and somebody sees it when they're browsing on their PS5 and they're like, oh wait, I need a PS3 to buy this.
Yeah.
So they'll go to like a retro store or to eBay or to any of these other secondhand stores and buy a PS3 there. And guess how much money Sony makes off that sale?
Yeah. I think they stopped
$0.
production. I think it was like 2017 they stopped PS3 production.
Yeah. So they're not making money off that console sale if somebody buys a new console in 2021. But something that they could do to keep these games off is like, why not make a Vita emulator on PS5? That's got to be possible, right?
Yeah, or even a PS3 emulator. There's that. Those have to be out there, right?
I don't know.
I think it's just they've said
yes,
multiple
they do.
times like it's hard. Like PS3 is hard to emulate.
That's just their fault. Why did they make it so hard?
Is there
they
all
wanted
about
to,
the
like-
proprietary stuff, man?
Yeah, the cell processor.
Yeah.
They like really wanted to like. I don't, their reasoning for making that processor so dumb. They were like, well, we're gonna make it so complicated to code for it that all the developers will just code for it and they won't have time to make games for Xbox. So that makes zero sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all. That's awful. I don't know. I think they should just fold everything into one store and just let people still get stuff if they need it. It's a
I
browser.
agree.
The store is a browser. It's not like a killer app that requires a PS5 to run. It's a browser.
Well, we already
search.
saw this coming, right? Or like the start of it. They took it off the website.
They took it off the.
Yeah, we had a story about this. Yeah, not that long ago. Maybe a month or so ago.
What's interesting, because they mentioned the PSP here, the PS, like the actual, like if you were to like open a PSP and like go into the store, like that store closed in like 2016, but you could still like go on the website or like go on a PS3 and like add them to your account there to like buy them. So
Interesting.
So like technically the store, like the browsable store closed in like 2016, but this is like full shut off.
Interesting. And you can buy PSP games on a PS Vita, which
Yeah.
is a great place to play PSP games.
And PlayStation 1
they're-
games. You can buy those there.
Yeah, and the PS1 classics, like all that stuff. Dude, Vita is awesome for that stuff. So seriously, load your Vita up. Like, because Sony has never been good, like you guys have been saying, has never been good about their legacy content. So now's the time, emulate. Emulate or, reward them for shutting their stores down and give them $300 to buy a bunch of cool games that you want to play. But buy Dracula X and don't buy Castlevania Symphony of the Night, because the Dracula X has Symphony of the Night in it. You can find it, and if you want to know where, just DM me on Twitter or something. I'll tell you where it's at. So you literally get 2 games for the price of 1. Don't buy Symphony of the Night. You can get it in Dracula X.
Dang.
As an unlockable. But man, yeah, so many cool games on Vita, man. So many cool games. PSP, PS1. And then they have a ton of like, it's basically a portable PS3, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a little less powerful than a PS3, but it's close.
I mean, they even brought some of those games, like Gravity Rush was a PS4 game. Like, they brought that
Oh
game
yeah,
to
they like
PS4.
remastered it for PS4. Yeah,
What was that other game? The game
Tearaway?
that like...
Tearaway.
Yeah, Tearaway, the one that was like just like the Vita exclusive that would use all the Vita stuff. They're like, nah, you can do that on PS4. Don't
same
worry
thing
about
with like Wii U to Switch.
it. Yeah, it's like doesn't make any sense. But man, it's such a cool console, and it's such a bummer. What do you guys think they should do? I mean, I kind of want to move on to the other story, but what do you guys think they could do like as an alternative? If Sony can,
Yeah,
like in
I
a
mean,
world where Sony gave a hoot.
I think
What would
I
they
think we
do?
said like just like put it on one server.
Yeah.
If you don't even have to show like PS3 content on PS5 if you don't want to.
True. Yeah, that's right. You could.
I guess. Do you want to talk about if so? Like this patent
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe they could say they're closing the store, but they actually do, like, they're actually, I mean, there has been an outcry for, like, we want backwards compatibility. So maybe they're going to announce, you can do backwards compatibility on PS5 or something, and this is, like, them updating this patent, because I don't really know.
Possibly.
It could mean nothing, and it could just mean, like, it's the same patent, they're just, like, renewing it. But I don't know.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be not backwards compatibility, but they'll put like trophies via emulation. Like I was saying, why don't they just do a Vita emulator? Like they could just do emulators for, like, I guess PS3 is hard, but PSP and PS Vita probably wouldn't be that hard. So they could get trophies. I mean, I don't know if you could get trophies on PSP. Do you guys remember?
I don't know.
You definitely could on Vita.
There weren't trophies on PSP.
Yeah, on Vita, there definitely are trophies.
Yeah, so maybe this is a like, you know, if you download a PS Vita game on your PS5, you can, through emulation, play that Vita game.
Oh, wait, maybe there were. Maybe I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Well, they definitely
Guys, let us know in the comments. Join our Discord and tell us, please.
They have the ability to emulate PS Vita because they had the Vita TV or whatever the heck it was.
But I think that was they just put the Vita processor in that little box.
They just jammed a Vita in there with no screen.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Classic.
It's a Vita with no screen.
Well, I guess it would make it work with a controller. So you just, you know, put those games on PS4,
yeah,
PS5,
but like
or
some games didn't work because like some games required the touchpad and stuff.
Well, PS5's got a touchpad. It's got the.
But does it have back touch?
Does it have back touch? I don't think so.
No.
I don't know. Does it?
I think they mapped it.
Are you telling me something I don't know?
I don't remember.
No, it doesn't.
No. The
They
Vita
could
has
map it to like holding a button and then touching the pad. I don't know.
that stupid back touch that nobody used.
You know what we're gonna do though is we're gonna be playing Vita games in VR. Or let's connect last week with this week. We're gonna be playing Vita games in PS5 VR. That's gonna be awesome.
So
and you can just stick your hands out, and that's how you manipulate the screen.
I don't know why
Because it has.
they wouldn't.
What was it? What was the thing we said? Finger touch.
Yeah, finger
What
touch.
was it?
Finger touch detection.
Yeah, finger touch detection.
I feel like PS1 could be easy. Like I don't know why. I mean,
yeah.
they must just hate those polygons.
I mean,
I don't blame them.
Let's be real. A lot of people hate those polygons. They're hard to look at nowadays. There's some games that lasted, and there are people who like dig like low poly, like they think that's cool. And it's like people who, you know, didn't grow up with NES and SNES. I'm not going to name names on the podcast right now. Like people who didn't grow up with NES and SNES and grew up with like N64, PS1, like low poly is their retro. So like they're into that kind of thing. So I get it.
Smooth.
Hey, there is a game that holds up, and it's Symphony of the Night.
It's a bit like, but that's
Sudi.
games.
It's Sudi.
There's polys in that game a little bit, but like this in the save room, there's like polygons in that. There's like a 3D thing that happens, but not often. They could have ran that game on SNES, no problem. The music wouldn't have been good though, because it was music off a CD. Anyways, how many times are we going to bring up Symphony of the Night during this?
It's the Castlevania podcast now.
Castlevania podcast. Gosh, makes me want to play those games so bad. I just posted on Instagram about them. I actually got a comment from some stranger that was like, Castlevania's the best. And I was like, I know, bro. Check out my collection. Final thoughts on the PlayStation storefront and all that goodness and the emulation or anything that we forgot to mention?
I will still buy everything digitally that I can.
I know you will. And then storefronts are going to... Dude, I can't wait to talk to you in like 20 years and be like, hey,
man. I
man.
think it's going to be the same. They have a digital PS5.
Yeah, but
like they're going to be forward compatible. I just don't...
I think so, too. It was just that none of this stuff, like, in the past, people were like, yeah, it's going to be like discs forever. Like, don't worry about it. But then, like, you know, there's been the digital revolution. And I think everything going forward, you obviously will be able to play, but yeah.
Well, when when everybody gets their implant, and we could just just play games.
You won't need to buy a PS5 2 or whatever, or PS5 VR 2, because you'll have an implant.
Yeah.
Speaking of implants and playing things in VR, Niantic and Nintendo announce a Pikmin mobile game. So there's a new Pikmin game in the works, and that's just what everyone's been waiting for. I feel like that's something John would write.
Yeah.
John, did you write this copy?
Maybe.
Niantic, most known for Pokemon Go, and Nintendo have announced a partnership, and the first app is going to be based on the Pikmin franchise. The app will include gameplay activities to encourage walking and make walking more delightful. Wow, John. That's
what it said. That's straight off the website or the
you
blog
really copied
post.
that off the website?
No, that last sentence, yeah, that's on the website.
Wow.
Yeah.
Make walking more delightful. Slated for later in 2021. Hey, it's coming out this year. That's rad.
I can see why they said that. Like, Pokemon Go is definitely encourages walking and tries to make it more delightful.
It does make it more delightful. Sometimes when I'm like walking my dog, like for like the second time, I'm like, all right, cool, man. Like, we got to walk you for like another 40 minutes. And I'm like kind of not feeling this right now. I'll bust out Pokemon Go and that makes the time go by really fast. And I just got to make sure there's like not other dogs around. Now I'm going to be like laying down in the grass trying to find Pikmin like underneath a leaf or something. Like, how do you guys, I think a good question before we get into these next ones, how do you imagine this like working? Do you think we're all going to be laying down like on our chests, like trying to like look at potted plants? Because the game is like a micro, like they're teeny tiny things in our big world.
I don't think it'll be like to that scale, but
do you think it's gonna be a giant Pikmin like the size of skyscrapers?
The picture makes it look like the size of like a small Pokemon.
Like a small Pokemon.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not going to be the same kind of thing because there's definitely way less kinds of Pikmin than there are Pokemon. So, like, from like a collection.
Yeah, there's like 6.
But I don't think it's going to be like a collectathon or whatever.
I think it'll be like a collect certain amounts of them.
Like maybe you'll need
that's
to
what you do in like main Pikmin. Like you go around like
get like 100 so you can move something.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But what's the? I don't know. I don't understand what the goal would be. Like, what's the?
Maybe it would be like weekly challenges or something like that.
Yeah,
where it would be like you need to collect Pikmin on your walks, and then you have like a path that like you need to get all Olimar through, and the path is like a digital game thing, and they're like, okay, 100 get you through checkpoint number 1, and 200 get you through checkpoint number 3, and then you need to find blue Pikmin so that you can get past like this water part, like that part, like at the top of your screen is just all in-game stuff, and then your collecting works towards that. Would be my guess. Nintendo, pay me money. What do you guys think? How's this going to play out?
Yeah, like they could probably monetize like I'm just like Pikmin? Thinking like maybe like what's the thing they have in Pikmin, like the nectar or something?
No, yeah, the nectar. Yes, you're right. You probably
like that could
or
probably
you buy
like,
those tokens with like the numbers on them.
Oh, to get more Pikmin.
I was thinking maybe you'd have to also find them.
I mean, you find things in games and then they also sell them to you.
Yeah. No, I was just saying also.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
The nectar
maybe like
thing
there's
makes a
like
lot
different
of sense.
like enemies like you have to like those could be like points on the map and stuff that you can take down. Like
that'd be cool. Yeah, you find one of those like fat little turtle man.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe them. What are they?
They're
What are they supposed to be?
Bulborbs.
Yeah, but aren't they like based on something? I guess they kind of look like sideways mushrooms.
Yeah.
Not really. Kind of.
What? So Niantic did the Harry Potter one too, right?
Yeah, that was a flash in the pan. Does anyone care about that anymore?
I mean, I think it's still going, but yeah, no one really talks about it.
What was the goal in that? Collect spells or something?
You could like take over like checkpoints and stuff. It was kind of like the gyms in Pokemon Go.
I feel like because the Harry Potter game like used the same like waypoint. Like so, if you had like Harry Potter and Pokemon Go open next to each other, like this, like a gym would be something in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because I think it's the same way for Ingress. Like Pokemon Go uses like Ingress's points of interest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing it would be like the same.
Maybe now you just need 4 phones going at the same time to play all
like that.
games.
Like that guy. Have you ever seen that guy in Japan?
The guy on the bike.
Yeah, on the bike with all the cell phones.
He's got like 40 of them going.
Now he needs to get another set for Pikmin.
That's insane. Just needs a bike that like can go in both directions. He'll have like, one side of his bicycle is just lined with those screens for Pokemon, and then he can drive the other way, and then it's Pikmin in front of him. That'd be interesting.
So the goal of Pikmin is usually to fix something, like to fix your ship
like
up.
a ship?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you'll have like a ship that you could, upgrade and make it better, and then maybe
Possibly.
you could do more things, like more challenges.
Dude, I'm feeling like Mario Kart Tour vibes with this, where like every like period of time there's like a new theme or there's a new objective. Like there's a new ship you have to fix, and if you fix that ship, like you can collect ships or something. I think it's going to be something like they're going to keep adding stuff over time.
Mm-hmm.
Who made Mario Kart Tour?
I think that was DNA.
Yeah, DNA. Yeah.
And actually, this like partnership I think is starting because Nintendo and DNA's partnership ended.
Oh, was it bad?
Yeah, they
breakup?
say in this article, what does it say? To kick off the partnership. So that means they have other things in the works.
Yeah, because like DNA, I think they did like the Animal Crossing game, Mario Kart Tour. I think there was something else.
Dude, that Animal Crossing game was just so mobile gamey.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it. It was just like, okay, you did like a couple things. Now you need to like recharge your stamina or pay $10 and you can keep playing. I'm like, it's like the worst thing about mobile games.
Was it Pokemon Masters DNA too?
I think Fire Emblem Warriors was. Well, not Warriors, Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that one. That one, I killed some time playing that one.
Like all of those were based lightly on
I like the gacha stuff.
Oh yeah, you love the gacha stuff?
I actually, like I normally don't because it's like a huge like money grab, but I never really. I think I spent maybe $5 on that Fire Emblem game.
They used to just give you the premium currency too. Like it was like, here, you get like 10
I would log
pulls.
in, I'd have a ton of pulls, and I would just do them, and I'd be like, oh, cool, sweet, I remember this guy. And then I would play for like an hour, and then I'd be like, okay, I guess I'm done doing this, because the combat was just so simplified. I would be like, where's my 3DS? I'm going to play the real game. That's like how I would end my Fire Emblem Heroes sessions.
What was that other one? It was that dragon game.
Dragalia Lost?
Yeah, Dragalia Lost. Apparently, that is like the highest grossing one they had.
It is. And it's an original IP.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I'm saying that because I actually don't know. I was pretty sure that it is.
No, I think you're right. So I'll be interested in some of the mobile games that Nintendo has had. It's been hit or miss. Like Miitomo, like that wasn't anything special.
I think this will be good because I have faith in Niantic.
Niantic's getting some big, like they're giving them big money. I mean, you got Pokemon, Harry Potter. Now Nintendo's working with them.
My favorite thing of this story is that I found out that Nintendo wasn't working with them at all during Pokemon Go. I feel like I knew that.
They weren't. I mean, the Pokemon Company just is like, oh yeah, like they like supervise them. Or
Well,
like,
Nintendo
I guess they
is
ask
making
them like, can we do this? And the Pokemon Company will be like, no, you can't do that, or yeah, you do it.
I mean, Nintendo was making some money off of it though.
Right? Because don't they?
Because they own a portion of the Pokemon Company. I think they own like 30%, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, well, let's jump over to the next question at hand, which is how have you felt? This is like less mobile related. How have you felt about Nintendo's handling of the Pikmin series overall? John.
It's a joke. Pikmin had such potential. Like, Pikmin 1 was amazing. I love Pikmin 1. And then Pikmin 2 was okay. And then the best Pikmin game is probably Pikmin 3. And that just got the short end of the stick because it came out on Wii U. So, they probably sold 10 units or whatever. And then Nintendo's like, oh, whatever. This IP I don't care about. So we're just going to give it to the people that did the crappy Yoshi's Island game for the 3DS. And it'll just make a crappy Pikmin game.
Oh, hey, Pikmin.
Yeah, hey, Pikmin.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think this is like, I think this is a B tier or a C tier for Nintendo. Like, it's not a big money maker for them. So they don't really care about it too much.
Go ahead, Cam.
I think they're doing this to like gauge interest in Pikmin or drum it up, because if like Niantic can't like get it off the ground with this game, like maybe they'll be like, well, why are we gonna make Pikmin 4?
I thought Pikmin 4 was done. Like, I feel like Miyamoto said that 10 years ago.
I don't know if it was 10 years ago, but that game is definitely in the works and is going to be released on Nintendo Switch for sure.
Well, Pikmin 3 Deluxe is the best-selling Pikmin game.
I mean,
doesn't everything sell well on Switch?
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, it sold like 3 million copies, so it's still like it made money.
I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pikmin 1 is difficult. It's I don't like the timing of it all. It stresses
yeah, that
me
is
out.
stressful.
But I would say I disagree with you, John, that I don't think Nintendo hates Pikmin. I think Shigeru Miyamoto loves Pikmin and wants it to succeed. I think there's other factors involved, like getting more Pikmin games made or getting them made more quickly or frequently. Like there are franchises that Nintendo hates. Kid Icarus, F-Zero. Where are those games?
Star
Fox. Like those are franchises that Nintendo is like trying to make you forget about. Pikmin is not one of those.
Yeah,
franchises.
if you ever hear like Miyamoto talk about Pikmin, he's like always so excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
I did say B tier, all right. Like F-Zero is like F tier for them.
But I think they want it to be A tier though. Like they want it to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
It has all the makings to be successful.
Like
Why? It has that Nintendo charm.
No, I mean,
like
even we were just talking about it. It's like stressful, and it's like the timing is weird. And
the first one was the second. Two, they
every subsequent Pikmin game, I feel like they refined. I just almost knocked everything on my desk over. They refine it more and more and more. And yeah, if you go back and you play the GameCube game, like it's hard, but like back then, like GameCube, they still like video games were still kind of hard. Like stuff didn't start getting easy and like casual until the Wii came out. Like that was the golden era of video games where everything looked pretty and was still difficult.
Well, even the second Pikmin that was on GameCube, they got rid of the time.
Yeah.
Well, they still had the time of days. Like you still had to do it in a day, but there was no day limit. So,
that's rad.
The stress like kind of goes away, and even in the third one, like the way it works is, you find juice, and the amount of juice is how many days you have left, but it's so easy to get juice that it doesn't even matter that much.
I was
you find fruit to make. You find fruit to make juice, John.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, if you're good, if you're
giving
not
bad information on the podcast.
well, the fruit makes juice that gives you the ability to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
Pikmin 3 is an amazing game.
That.
Everybody should buy it. Pay the $60. I don't care.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Yeah, Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Let's be clear.
Pikmin 3 is great too, but don't pay $60 for a Wii U game.
You can get that game for like $14.99. It's a player's choice game.
Yeah.
So if you're collecting for your Wii U, go grab Pikmin. Physically, is the Wii U shop still open?
Yes.
To relate this back to the first story?
Yes, it is. It is.
God, I don't even want, because I think the Wii U and the 3DS are like tied together store wise.
They have different stuff though, because I was looking for some like, old SNES
you can look up like 3DS games on the Wii U shop.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. And then you could just it's all like red lettering. It's like available on the 3DS. I'm like, let me just buy it. Send it to my 3DS, dude. What
the
is
Wii
this?
U had a decent virtual console, right?
Oh, it was sick.
It was amazing.
It wasn't as good as the Wii though. It didn't have as much of a.
What? No, it had more than the Wii.
No, you're wrong.
Did it?
You're wrong.
It had the Wii U also had GBA and DS.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But then the 3DS doesn't have. It only has Game Boy and.
No, it's got
SNES.
Game Boy,
It's-
SNES, and NES. Yeah.
But SNES is only
And
for
Game
the
Gear.
new 3DSs.
Oh, is it? And also, it's a limited selection. I think there's more stuff on the Wii U. Anyways, this has nothing to do
Yeah,
with
Pikmin.
Final thoughts on Pikmin? I will download and play this
I'm
game,
excited.
whether or not... Yeah, you're excited? Are you excited, John?
Yeah, I need to
I think...
get motivated to walk, so hopefully this works.
Dude, come over and walk my dog.
That's why I got
Walk
cats.
2 miles every day. You don't walk your cats. All right.
No, that's what I mean.
moving
That's why I
on.
got cats and not a dog.
Oh, because you don't want to move.
Because I don't walk my cats.
Fair enough. Moving on, Microsoft is allegedly in talks to buy Discord. So Microsoft is allegedly in talks to purchase Discord for $10 billion. Microsoft has had a long history of buying companies and services and then shutting them down shortly after. I like to call it the Google effect. Some examples of companies that they have bought and shut down are Mixer, and Skype is still around, but it is not.
Is it? I thought it was shut down.
No, it's still around.
You still use
Well,
it.
nobody uses it anymore.
Yeah, nobody uses it. Skype was very popular, and then Microsoft bought it, and then it was no longer popular. So some key stats from businessofapps.com, which is a website that I go to every morning before I have my coffee. Discord generated $130 million of revenue in 2020, according to the Wall Street Journal, and 188% increased year over year. Almost all of Discord's revenue comes from its Nitro Premium Enhancement Bundle. Discord
I'm a
has
member.
had... I was a member. I canceled mine. Discord has over 140 million active monthly users and 300 million registered accounts. In 2021, it was valued at $7 billion with a B dollars, doubling its value in under a year. Guys, we record the podcast using Discord. Just an FYI. So
How
what
do you
we
get?
do?
How do you get $130 million in revenue and a valuation of $7 billion? How do you get that type of valuation? That's what I want to know.
Because your valuation's not...
That's 700% or whatever.
Some business major's just going to eviscerate me in the comments. But your valuation's not how much money you make in a year. Is it?
No.
No, there's definitely factors, but like this is revenue, right? That's not even profit. That's revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, isn't it just like two guys? So just subtract like $200,000 from
I'm
that.
sure it costs some to maintain, and I don't know.
Nah.
It just seems like I don't know. It just seems like a high value. I mean, we could talk about this if I think we were
You
discussing.
can say whatever you want,
like,
dude. It's our podcast. Say whatever you want.
If I own Discord, I would take
Yeah.
that check for $7 billion or $10 billion, whatever it is.
Yeah, but if you're at 7 billion and you just doubled your value in under a year,
would you hold? Hold for 14 billion?
What's the difference? 7 billion, 14 billion, you know? How many
countries'
islands,
GDPs is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A bird in the hand's
at a
worth
certain
more
point,
than two in the bush, right?
I don't know what you've been doing, putting birds in bushes, but yeah, I don't know, dude. When you get that rich, though, you can like literally like just be Bill Gates and like save the world. Like he's literally eliminating like diseases. Like the more money you have, the more power you have. So it's just like you could, yeah, you could
if you want it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I would want it. I would do it. I would like try to emulate Bill Gates if I had that much money. I wouldn't buy like 1 million yachts and then try to ski them. You know what I mean? Like get pulled by like 400 yachts. I would like buy everyone I know a house, and then I would just like try to go save the world with Bill Gates. I don't know. That's not. I guess that's not really what we're talking about. What would you do with all the money, Cam?
I don't really know. Invest it, buy a house.
Yeah, but a house is what? If
John
you want to
would
buy a
islands.
mansion, like you're only looking at $1 million, a couple $1 million.
Well, it depends on where you buy it. You want to buy a mansion here?
Still,
Like
like
$100
your I don't know, your living expenses are paid for the rest of your life. You don't have to do anything. And
true,
then you
yeah.
still have billions of dollars.
Sure. So, what could this mean for the future of Discord? Not the verb.
Yeah.
Or noun. My 7th grade English teacher is like shaking his fist at the screen right now.
I don't think it necessarily means it'll have the same fate as Mixer and Skype, because I feel like Mixer was going down the tubes anyway, whether or not it was bought. Like, it's just hard for another platform like that to enter the space of like also YouTube and Twitch that were like already established.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no I don't know. There's no competition right now for Discord, right?
Slack?
Never heard of that.
You never heard of Slack?
No.
Okay, so Slack is basically Discord but for business.
Okay.
People use Slack, like IGN uses Slack. Like they all like, and it's the exact same thing, to send each other things, to have voice calls, to have
I guess
video
it's just,
calls.
is it more secure? Or
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure there's some type of like premium thing you can buy that like would lock it down. But yeah, Slack it's literally Discord. I shot a web series or something, and they were like, gotta get on Slack so we can all send each other stuff. And I was like, okay, little corporate boy, thank you for my Slack information. Please leave me alone and get away from me while I make this thing for you. Sorry. There's a big, I'll explain real quick, but then we can get back to this to the story at hand. There's always like between crew on set and like the like people at the studio, there's always like people who butt heads, because there's like, yeah, but we're actually making it. You talked about it for a long time, but we're actually making it. So anytime that you have to like interact with those people, it's always just like, okay, buddy, okay, go back to your little meetings inside where it's nice. Bye. We're gonna go outside to a mountain and shoot your thing. Bye. Anyways, back to the story. I'm nervous for the future of Discord because I don't want like Xbox integration and like, you know, I just don't want.
You can already link your Xbox to Discord.
You can already link your Xbox.
Your
to
Xbox
Discord.
account.
yeah.
Oh, and just like have that as your sign-in.
Yeah. Or like
That's fine.
it shows all your, it shows all your like accounts. It shows PlayStation, Xbox, Twitch. Like, you could link all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I could see if Microsoft takes it over that they'll have more of a heavy Xbox influence or whatever.
Yeah, I just like the idea of it being this like standalone program that's like not tied to like any of the major platforms. Like if I want to like play Diablo 3, I just get on a call with like my brother and we just play Diablo 3 on PC. And like it's like not, I'm playing through Battle.net. Like I don't want it to change at all. And I don't know. What do they need their grubby mitts on it for? Like, what do they need it for? Xbox Live Chat is fine. Like, what do you... are people using it less and less and just going to Discord? So they're like, well, why don't we just use Discord instead?
I mean, I think a lot of people use Discord over the other, integrated app.
That's
I mean,
true.
I haven't used
now, yeah.
I haven't used like the built-in voice chat in like Xbox or PlayStation in a long time.
That's true. I guess I haven't been seeing it because as content creators, we all had our own Discords and then we communicated with each other through Discord, and then I was just like, well, everyone already uses this program to like join Discords and all these things. But so yeah, I guess I didn't see it happen as like a bystander. I saw it happen as like somebody who was trying to like enhance their brand and like using Discord that way. So it didn't like naturally happen to me. So I'm always like, hey guys, get Discord. Like my buddy, we play PGA Tour 2K21 and we do it by having like a phone call. We have a phone call because like he doesn't have an Xbox headset, but I'm just like, dude, download Discord so I can just like listen to my game audio and talk to you through my like $100 microphone, and I can play games like I like to. Like, download Discord, dude. And he's like, no, why? He's like, oh, I don't need that on my phone just to talk to you. We're just gonna have a phone call.
Wait, you're just talking about talking to a friend that's not also gaming or playing?
No, we're playing PGA 2K21, but he doesn't have an Xbox headset.
So you have like a speakerphone on kind of thing going on?
Yeah, we throw on speakerphone. And then I have my headset on. I'll show for the video watchers. I have my headset on like this, where like one ear is open so I can hear my phone, and then the other ear is listening to my game.
That does not sound like a fun time.
That's fine. It's so much fun to play the game with him. It's like it doesn't bother me. Also, he's not listening, so I could actually say whatever I wanted. That's the truth, but he doesn't listen to the podcast.
Well, I know, like, so the Xbox app is on PC, right? So you could have an Xbox party chat through your PC, which I've done before. Yep. Mm-hmm. But Discord's on your phone. I don't think you can do Xbox party chat on your phone. I'm not sure about that though. I might be wrong.
I don't know about that. Hang on. Research team, you keep talking. Keep the podcast alive while I research team.
But with all this like play together stuff, where you have your PlayStation players playing with your Xbox players, like Discord is perfect instead of having to do like the actual in-game chat.
It's platform agnostic.
Yeah. So Discord is just a good way to implement this whole cross-play, cross-platform
You can
stuff.
do it.
You can do it?
You can do it on your phone.
Yeah, but still you would need an Xbox. Do you need Xbox Live for it? No. They actually just implemented. I don't know.
Yeah,
we could
that's
talk about
the whole
this.
Xbox Network thing.
Yeah. I'll just talk about it quick. They just implemented. It's called Xbox Network now, not Xbox Live. Mm-hmm. It's all the free-to-play games. You used to have Xbox Live Gold to play them, but now you don't. So like Fortnite, Apex, Warzone, you can play them all for free. Mm-hmm. And Xbox Party Chat is free. They changed that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But people still need an Xbox account to do that. I mean, I guess you need a Discord account too, so...
Pick your poison.
Yeah, pick your poison.
I mean, make a Discord account because, like Cam said just 60 seconds ago, it's platform agnostic. So, like, you can just literally, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. Just have a Discord call. You can do whatever the heck you want. You can host a podcast. You can play golf. You can play
have
Diablo.
cool servers.
You can do what?
Have cool servers, like the little chat rooms.
You can have chat rooms.
Old school chat rooms.
You can have like a bumpin' one like you guys have, or you can have one like mine where people just say good morning.
No, I mean I think that is one of the problems with Discord is the majority of the servers are not active. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping they don't make changes like, hey, if your server's not active, we're gonna shut it down or something.
Oof, that would make me annoyed. I'm like, well, then how do I grow? Like, everything is, if your baby is born and can't talk, he can never talk. I'm like, okay, well, it needs time to learn how to talk and to grow. So that makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know if they would do that.
Hey, don't put it past it. It's a giant corporation. Don't put it past them.
You have like a grace period of like...
that's the Amazon
so
affiliate
big.
program. You have 90 days. You have 90 days to sell products when you're in the Amazon affiliate program, and then they kick you out and make you reapply.
Oh, really?
Super annoying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been kicked out. I've reapplied once, and then I got kicked out again. And I was just like, son of a gun! Like, stop kicking me out. Give me time to like tell people I'm an Amazon affiliate. Anyways. Final thoughts on any of the stories that we talked about today, whether it be Xbox, Discord, monetizing Pikmin, the Pikmin franchise, PlayStation Digital Store, the Vita, the PSP. Man, we talked about a lot of awesome stuff today.
There's actually stories this week. That's my final thought.
I know, right? There's news. There was interesting news to talk about today. Today was a
We're usually scraping, trying to
scrounging for 30 minutes.
But what do
you think about this one?
Well, we're early today. We're early.
What do you mean we're early? I think we're barely early. I didn't stop, so we're probably right on time.
No. I just mean
we're talking about
like we're
recording.
Yeah, recording earlier than usual.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about runtime.
No.
You guys are getting some behind the scenes goodness right at the end of the podcast here. Yes, we are recording early because I had the day off of work today. So normally we start around 6 my time, which is 9 your time.
9.
And
but then we don't
ending,
really start recording until like
we just goof off for about an hour.
7:30.
Yeah, for a full hour. This is behind the scenes. We just talk about what we're going to talk about, and normally sometimes it can be grueling because there's just no news or no interesting news, and then we'd be like, well, we're going to talk about this, or we're going to talk about that. But this was a super easy one. We already had this stuff already pre-populated. It was dope.
Yeah.
And we're done at 7:30 my time, 10:30 your time. Look at that. Excellent.
The whole night ahead of us.
Everyone knows how we make the podcast. All right. Well, now that you guys know how to do it, why don't you go out and make your own? But before you do that, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget that you can watch or listen to the entire podcast on your platform of choice, including subscribing for the video version on YouTube, which you might be watching right now. Follow our Twitter and our Instagram. Both are at the GamePackYT. Thanks again. Take care, and we will see you next week.